Welcome back, YouTube pipe smokers, to the Spurgeon Piper. This is Wilson with you. So, smoking inside a home. Some of us long to do so, some of us will never be able to do so, and some of us do so. So, I'm going to try to help you guide you through that process and why I can, why I've been able to. There was a time I wasn't, and it kind of maybe help you get to that process or get to that setting where you can, especially for those of you who live with someone else, especially a spouse. So, um, off the cuff, if you're new to pipe smoking, you're getting into it, but you're hesitant because, well, it's smoke, and smoke doesn't smell good. And I've been around people who smoke cigarettes. Well, let me tell you up front, I don't think there could be any argument against this that cigarette smoke is far different than both cigar and pipe smoking. It just is. I don't think anyone could put up a good argument against that. I've been around it. It's awful, especially when it just sticks to clothes like no other. If you go out and build a fire at a campfire, you're gonna get that smell on you, right? Um, you're around smoke. Same with the cigar, same with pipe smoking. You're going to get that on you or around where you are, but eventually it goes away. You can wash your clothes, it'll go away, and things like that. Cigarette smoke just doesn't. It just really doesn't. It is different. I want to let you know up front. If you're not used to smoking in any way, it's going to be a different type of smoke, and it's not as sticky. I guess I don't. And what you call it doesn't stick in the fabric as much. So when I got into pipe smoking, which was actually by my wife, by the way, she gave me a pipe kit, and I'll get into that another day. But in the home I used to live in before where I am now, I used to smoke in my office, which was at the very end of the house, and it had windows and a door that led outside to the house, so it was kind of like a back door, and it was attached to our living room or bedroom, excuse me. So I would open up my windows, and I actually opened up the outside door and close the door to our bedroom. And it helped, but still, my wife she has a sensitive nose, and she's like, man, it's still getting into the house. Don't really like it. So that was kind of a problem. So usually I smoked outside, but it's Texas, and it's not really fun to smoke when it's 100 degrees. But you try to do what you can. So I move here, where I am right now. And this house is actually owned by the church, and so I don't want a smoke smell going on in the house. I enjoy the smell of pipe smoke, but any smoke, campfire smoke, cigar, pipe smoking, all of it, if it lingers around, it doesn't smell good. It does leave a bad smell. When it's going on, I think it can smell great, like really good. I love it. But when it's settled, it's not so good. I didn't want to do that. If I was going to smoke inside this house, I wanted to make sure it could be unnoticeable overall. So how do you do that? You may live with someone, and that's the struggle. So I'm going to give you three assistances on that helped me, that finalized the decision my wife allowed me to smoke inside. And very little, if anyone can tell, we smoke usually. So I'm going to start off the best thing. Best thing right here. This is like the key. This is the foundation of it. Without this, none of the rest of the options kind of work. I'll just tell you up front. And that is my filter right over here, air filter. So I've done a review of this before. You'll see it up above. I'll put a link. It's a quick overview of what that is. But basically, to kind of give you a quick summary, this is an Enerzen. So the brand is with an E, Enerzen, by Ion or Oeon. And it's a 5-in-1 air purifier. And so it has like 5 steps of a purification, and it's an ozone ionizer cleaner. So it purifies ionizes the air in the home. And I'm not going to act like I know what it's doing exactly. So just FYI. But that special feature there greatly changes the game for me. So not only does it purify your air, which is good, but sometimes that lingering smoke will stay, just the smell. Well, this will purify or ionize the air. Um, and what it does is it kind of smells like when after a rain, you know that smell after a rain, or maybe if you're at a waterfall, what have you, and that's kind of going on. So it cleans out the air, and you're actually not supposed to be in the house when it does this, by the way. I may or not be in the house when this happens. and I haven't had any major damage, but usually I don't do that. But you can turn on this filter or this setting, and it will ionize your room or wherever it's set up, and so that will eliminate the odor. Eliminate it. Never have an issue. I've had people over who have sensitive noses or don't know I smoke, and they don't know we smoke. That helps right there. And not to mention, this covers 3,500 square feet. And I'm in a 120 square foot room. So not only is it taking care of my room, but it actually will expand through the rest of the house and help with that as well. Um, so that alone, it cost me probably a little under $100 when I bought it. I think right now it's like on Amazon, it's 150. So you're gonna be paying a little bit more. I think it's worth it if you want to smoke in the house. I really think it's worth it. It's worth your money. Just gonna tell you, it was a game changer. And my wife has a sensitive nose, and she was all for it. All right, so that's a big number one right there. The rest of what I have to show you will be beneficial, but without that, they're not going to be as useful. So, what's the second thing? Well, there's a funny thing about me. It's very strange, maybe to you. I really enjoy candles, like scented candles. I don't know why. I grew up in a house. My mom loved candles, and like she would buy candles that smell like pine or cinnamon and things like that. And especially around Christmas time, we had those going on, and pumpkin spice, all that stuff. So maybe it's because I grew up with it, but I love candles like that. It's what I love. I don't know. Um, and my mom and both my wife have bought me candles because of that. So my church office, my home office, for my house, they just know I like candles. So I have candles around that for that purpose. So one thing that helps is having scented candles. But there's a little bit of an addition to that you need to understand. Um, it's helpful to have candles that kind of smell like pipe smoke. So if you light a candle that's like tropical or I don't know, laundry maybe, or I don't know, just pick flowers. I don't know, pick a different candle smell. It doesn't really mesh well with the pipe smoke, right? I mean, it's going to be distinguished. Like you walk in and you're like, oh, that smells like blackberry cobbler, but I smell smoke with that. But one thing that's been helpful is having candles that smell somewhat like pipe smoke, or literally try to smell like pipe smoke. So I'm just going to show you a few. These were bought for me. I think maybe I bought one of them, but so here's one called Warm Tobacco Pipe. This was actually given to me by my mother. So it smells like pipe tobacco. In fact, I had one of a guy from church over. And I had this going in my office, so where I am right now, and this is often where I meet with others. And I just had this candle going. I don't think he saw it going. And he sat down, he's like, man, this smells like my grandpa's house or my dad's house. He was a pipe smoker. There you have it. It was a good smell. Despite me smoking in here, he smelt pipe smoke. That was helpful. Here's another one, Northern Lights Whiskey and Tobacco. I have a couple of these. Again, I think this was given to me as a gift. So, and then another one. Now this is mahogany teak wood. Now it's wooden, but I find that a wood smell goes well with smoke, which makes sense because you think of smoky wood on barbecue pit, or we add it to dishes or what have you. So that kind of aligns well. So these three will help. So let me encourage you, guys. You're like, Wilson, I never care about candles. Buy something like this. Find them online, what have you. Light them up maybe after you smoke your pipe, or maybe during, or what have you. And I think it'll be a benefit. All right? It's going to be a help. And then the last thing I want to help you with, or point you to, is this is like an additional and especially helpful for clothing, especially even more than clothing, upholstery, your carpet in your house, what have you, if you're smoking around those things. I want to stress again that pipe smoke and cigar smoke do not stick on fabric like cigarette smoke. They just don't. I know they don't. I've been around other pipe smokers. My wife has been around myself, things like that. They don't stick permanently like cigarette smoke does. Now, it can stick on your shirts, which is why when I get done smoking, I take my shirts off, throw them immediately in the dirty clothes, and I put new clothes on, wash my face, I go out and do my thing. But uh, they don't stick like a more permanently like cigarette smoke does. So that to help with getting just a good good covering on your upholstery is Febreze. You probably have some at home. Um, I do think there are some smells or scents that are better, and it kind of goes in line with what I said about the candles. So one that I found, the best one so far that I have found that is smells great. It kind of smells manly or like an office, if you will, is Febreze wood. So you see that right there, wood. This one smells awesome. I love the smell of it. I'll use it actually in my truck. I don't smoke in my truck, but uh, I got like a weird smell in my truck. I think from kids leaving food in there. That's a whole different issue. But I use it there. I use it in this office here, and I'll quickly spray it every other day. Not every day, every other day, every few days. Just quickly spray it on my chair, on the upholstery, maybe a quick squirts around on the carpet. Just give it that scent, and it seems not to so much cover the smell as a lot of like air fresheners do. Uh, it kind of seems to maybe help lift it out or just get rid of it altogether. That's what I've noticed. So cover up or to cover what I just spoke of. First, get an air purifier, guys. Best thing you can do. That's the game changer. Uh, get some candles that smell somewhat like pipe tobacco or just are good combinations with it. Smell like wood, things like that. Leather probably would be good too. And then get a can of spray. Febreze. Wood is a great option. It smells similar. It goes with the smell and it helps us take care of it all together. So I think that will help you. I think that might change maybe what you're able to do inside a house in smoking. It was greatly helpful. So let me know what you think. Any comments, add them in the comment section below, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. And until then, Friday, I'll have a tobacco review coming up. So be in tune for that. Guys, y'all take care. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.